Hello, I'm ETarte, once a Catholic priest for 5 years in the 1960s, now an atheist, which means I do not find any credible evidence for the existence of any God. Today is September 26, 2015. Pope Francis, the head of the Catholic Church, is visiting the United States to tremendous acclaim. 2 days ago, he spoke to a joint session of Congress. Pope Francis is regarded by millions or billions as the chief moral authority on the planet. Like all of us rational beings, he has a moral compass. So do I. My purpose in this video is to make some comparisons between his moral compass and mine. First comparison. Pope Francis says that he teaches the social teaching of the Catholic Church. Well, the Catholic Church teaches that women are inferior to men. I say women are not inferior to men. Second comparison. The Catholic Church teaches that our lives belong to a supernatural being for whose existence I find no credible evidence. They call that being God. As a practical consequence of that teaching, the Catholic Church is in the forefront of opposition to the Death with Dignity movement, the movement to allow doctor-assisted suicide to relieve a dying person from prolonged, intense physical suffering. I, on the other hand, am a strong supporter of the Death with Dignity movement. I want for myself and for my fellow humans the same kind of option that a family pet, such as a dog, has under similar circumstances. In that respect, as far as I can tell, the moral compass of Pope Francis is radically different from mine. That is a matter of great personal importance to me at age 81. It therefore makes the Catholic Church, led by Pope Francis, my mortal enemy. My third comparison. The Catholic Church brands the use of artificial birth control as mortally sinful. I strongly reject this teaching of the Catholic Church. My fourth comparison. Pope Francis spoke to Congress about the, quote, richness of family life. I also place a high value on family life when it is based on love. Decades earlier, I was married, and in my marriage, I experienced the richness of a family life based on love. Pope Francis has never personally had that experience in his adult life. More importantly, his position is to confine that richness to a man and a woman. His position is to deny that richness to two men marrying each other or two women marrying each other. His church says that homosexuality is, quote, intrinsically disordered, and that homosexual behavior is gravely sinful. By my moral compass, I vehemently disagree with the Pope. I strongly support gay rights and gay marriage. It is true that in some respects, I am pleased to say, the moral compasses of Pope Francis and me are in agreement. But as I have just said, there are some very important issues in which his moral compass and mine are poles apart. I listen to what the Pope says. I take what he says seriously. I compare what he says with what others say. I evaluate what he says. I do not regard the Pope as a principal moral authority on the planet. Actually, I consider his Catholic Church to be an organization that is not primarily a force for good in the world. and I say that this continues to be the case under his leadership. I do not claim that my moral compass is perfect. I am continually working on it. But I am convinced that my moral compass is a lot better than the moral compass of Pope Francis. Accordingly, I do not join the millions of my fellow countrymen who are enthusiastic about Pope Francis's visit to the United States. To all of you, thank you for watching this video.